Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Ryan. Jameson's on assignment. Our top story tonight, the St. Pete Fire Rescue's chief is now on leave. The city is looking into claims about the fire department's culture. ABC Action News in-depth reporter Rochelle Aline joins us now in studio. And Rochelle, I know you've been looking into those claims since really last week.
And since then, several city council members have actually called for the chief to step down after a citywide survey that Mayor Ken Welch asked employees to fill out about 5 months ago. And new tonight, we're following through and speaking with the city's NAACP chapter, about that survey.
To ensure that we are not making a haphazard view of it, we are intentionally taking the time to review it.
The president for the St. Pete branch of the NAACP tells ABC Action News that the group is taking their time to comb through the more than 240-page report from a survey given to St. Pete city employees. According to St. Pete Mayor Ken Welch, more than 1,500 of the city's 3,600 employees responded to his request for feedback on their work environment. In that survey, they were asked questions about diversity and equity within their workplace and access to promotions. We looked through dozens of their responses and found anonymous claims about the fire rescue's culture. Their responses like this, which claim that pregnant people or those with disabilities are treated differently. There's also this response that complains of alleged anti-LGBTQ+ statements being made in the workplace. And then there's this response, pointing out a lack of diversity within the city's fire rescue. In all, we found more than 30 negative claims about the fire department, and at least 12 of them mentioned the chief specifically.
2 important points here. First, Chief Large, like any employee, has the right to respond to these allegations, and he has denied all wrongdoing and any impropriety. Secondly, under my administration, we will address such issues in a direct and transparent way, in accordance with our core principle of intentional equity.
The city's NAACP branch president also tells us what she's seen so far is concerning.
I'm a firm believer that where there's smoke, there's fire. And so in that space, we must know that there's something going on.
For Matthews, the outcome of this survey also provides further proof of the need for a citywide equity officer. The city announced that it was looking to hire for that position back in May after a study on structural racism in the city. According to the job description, this person would be a part of the mayor's cabinet and would provide oversight and direction over the city's efforts to advance racial equity and inclusion within the city government in collaboration with community stakeholders.
As we know, departments focus on what they focus on, but the need, and this has been a great need for a very long time, for someone solely focused on diversity, equity, and inclusivity within city administration has been a long time coming, and I'm glad to see that it's finally in place and a reality.
And we are working to get in touch with Chief Large, and so far we're still waiting to hear back. In the meantime, Assistant Fire Chief Robert Bassett is leading the department as acting chief while Chief Large is on leave. In the studio, I'm Rochelle Aline.